every relationship, doesn't matter what kind, whether it's an engagement, a courtship, whether it's a marriage, even business relationships, any relationship that will thrive must have certain degree of clarity. Clarity is so critical for our relationship journeys. As a matter of fact, for even negotiating relationships, clarity is indispensable. I can't put it together how two adults will come together to get married, to do life together, and they will not sit down first to clarify a lot of things. It doesn't matter whether it's to clarify their financial expectations, whether to clarify their spiritual belief systems and their values, whether it's to clarify their expectations in marriage generally, or in terms of how third parties will be, how they will relate with third parties, whether those third parties are pastors, family members, in-laws, cousins, business associates. It doesn't matter whether how they want to deal with family, how they want to deal with their sexual expectations, whether it has to do with where they will live, what they will do under certain circumstances, about their financial status, about their health status. The list is endless. Listen, there is so much that marital life will bring. There is so much that marital life will require us to do together. There is so much we will have to deal with that requires that there is profound clarity in those areas before we go into relationships. And so to just jump into relationships on the basis that we are in love without sitting down to have these boundaries, these basic non-negotiables clarified, makes a mess of the entire process. So there are three things clarity will do for you, and I dare you to pay very close attention to them because you are going to need it. Number one, clarity will help expose a relationship that needs to be called off. That's the truth. Some relationships need to be called off. And clarity is the ingredient. Clarity is the turning point, is the critical factor for exposing such relationships and giving you the impetus to work out. That's the truth. As a matter of fact, some of us are in relationships that needs to end right now, but we do not have the audacity, we do not have the courage, we do not have, for some of us it's like I put in so much, am I going to check out after so much investment? And when people think that way, I'm amazed. I'm amazed because how in the world are you going to continue? You've made, for example, an investment of 100,000 into something that will eventually cost you $1 billion. And because you don't want to lose $100, you want to keep at it and then face a predicament. In fact, face a greater loss in the future that will be up to $1 billion. Who does that? Nobody does that. There are relationships that needs to end right now. And trust me, it will take clarity to come to that place. The second thing that clarity will do for you is that it will expose a relationship that must be delayed. Some relationships, your wedding date has been fixed, your wedding is coming up in 3 months, but that relationship has incredible amount of red flags that indicate that something needs to be done. The clarity will help to expose such relationships so that you can delay them and then do some work. It's not like it's not going to work at the end of the day, but you need to do some more work, clarify some things that are very critical before you take it to the next level. And I'll tell you why. There are certain conversations that are impossible or difficult or tricky to hold after you've said I do. You don't want to do that because at that stage you've entered into dimensions where this entitlement mentality, I'm the head of this house. You can't say that. from the neck of this home. You can't do that. That point where that tendency to want to self-preservation steps in. You feel entitled to, as the head of the home, you begin to define no-go areas, things that cannot be talked about, things that cannot be done, things that nobody, it's sacrilegious for people to talk about. It is the reason why some of these conversations must be clarified before we get into that stage where we think that we are entitled to certain privileges. So you want to put them off, you want to delay, you want to postpone to determine whether it is worth the investment of your time and resources. The third thing that clarity will do for you is that it will expose authentic relationships. It will expose those relationships that are a love worth fighting for. That's the truth. Now let me say this, it may help. Some relationships, all relationships, even when they are meant to be, are going to have to deal with a lot of challenges. There never will be a time in life when, because you think you are in the center of the will of God, then you are immune to challenges, you are immune to difficulties. No, there are going to be challenges. Sometimes the challenges are going to come from your church, sometimes the challenges are going to come from either family, sometimes the challenges are going to come and they're going to carry the looks of financial challenges. It could be challenges that come with constraints that come with age differences. It will be constraints that come with health issues. It could be constraints that come with certain basics that are so critical. Now, when those challenges come, they do not mean that you can't go ahead. But when you have looked at, clarified all the critical areas, when all your non-negotiables have been addressed, when all your boundaries have been clearly defined, as soon as there is agreement, two people cannot work together unless they be agreed. So as soon as there is an agreement, an understanding that both people expectations are clarified and verified, and both of you know that this is it, then you want to fight for your love. Clarity will help you define those relationships that are worth fighting for. It is this clarity that made the Clarity Challenge necessary. I created the Clarity Challenge to help engaged couples, to get even married couples can participate in the Clarity Challenge and get clarity in those critical areas that are the flashpoint for crisis for all relationships. 15 models are created in the Clarity Challenge that help you hold conversations that you dare not hold. Conversations that people are scared of, dreaded conversations. It's a platform that compels conversations. We're going to talk about all the sensitive things that are critical and indispensable to make your relationship work and thrive. I dare you to get enrolled, get registered for the next season of the Clarity Challenge. It will be one of the best things you did for yourself. Check the comment section and take advantage of this. I'll see you later.